Get the drone down now.
Why?
Because you're flying over private property. This officer's going to take your
I
details.
was just having a look at your marked cars and stuff. That's all it was.
Yeah, but there's
People
private
interested.
cars there as well. So get the drone down now. He's going to take your details and run you through, all right? You can't be flying it over police property.
Why?
Because it's private
I
property.
do it all the time, mate. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. He's going to get your details. Get the drone down now.
To be fair, I'd finished anyway. I'll take the drone down because I don't want to be keeping it in the air while I'm talking to you.
No, we'll get it down
but
now.
It's fine over police property. It's fine.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, because there's private cars in there.
Yeah, not after
All right.
that. Not interested. I'm interested in the vans.
I don't care what you're interested in.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I don't care what your concern is, mate, but I'm trying to allay your concern.
If you're concerned about me, and I don't care if you're recording, I'm Sergeant 4616 Roberts.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm going to land the drone.
Land the drone.
And we'll talk.
They'll take
All right.
your details. All right.
Won't be taking no details, buddy.
Hey.
Won't be taking
They
no
will be
details.
taking your details.
Right from the beginning, the situation quickly escalates. The sergeant storms out, issuing orders and insisting that the drone be brought down immediately, claiming it is flying over private property. But let's be clear. While the police station itself may be private property, the airspace above it is regulated by the UK Civil Aviation Authority, not by the local police. As long as the drone is being flown within CAA regulations, no offense is being committed. The sergeant's suggestion that the auditor must provide personal details or risk having the drone seized has no legal basis. Under UK law, police cannot simply confiscate property or demand identification without reasonable suspicion that a specific offense has been committed. Issuing threats without lawful authority is not policing, it's intimidation.
Yes, really.
So, they're only entitled to details if I've been suspected of committed an offence.
Which you have. We don't know who you are, okay?
That's not an offence, buddy.
This is a CT. It's a counter-terrorist site, all right?
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, you do now.
I didn't know that.
All right?
So
So that's because the security's there, and all private cars and covert cars are parked out the back.
I don't like your approach,
Okay.
but I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing a video on the police vehicles today.
Right.
Didn't know that was the type of site it is.
Okay, but we need to get your details.
But I
'cause
don't
we
give
don't
details.
know who you are.
I'm going to land that. I'll come over. All right.
Right. If we don't take your details, we're going to seize your drone. Simple as that.
And then I'll be civil claiming against you because
can
I have
civil
not.
claim all you like,
I have not
but you're
committed an
flying it
offence.
over police property.
That's not an offence, buddy.
Where there's
Let me land it. We'll
It's
talk.
a CT site. Land the thing now.
I do this a lot.
I've never seen anything like this in my life, mate. For you to tell me that it's okay to fly over private property, a police site which is a counter.
It is.
The sergeant now claims that he has never dealt with anything like this before and begins referring to the area as a counterterrorism site to justify his actions. Let's clear that up. Burton Police Station is not officially designated as a protected site under the Official Secrets Act or any special counterterrorism legislation. Simply calling it a counterterrorism location does not create additional legal powers or place lawful drone operations under restriction. This situation has nothing to do with terrorism. Instead, it highlights a misunderstanding of drone regulations and the misuse of counterterrorism language. Using vague references to national security in an attempt to discourage or intimidate someone who is lawfully operating a drone is not only misleading, but it also undermines public confidence in policing.
You don't.
Because you do know. What do you mean security?
What I'm saying is, right,
Well,
I fly
can you
drones
see how
over.
it looks to me, all right?
If you've never seen anything.
We all do no, you're not listening to me. Because we all do
You're not giving a word in, are you?
different roles.
Go on, you have your say.
okay?
I'll
So
wait.
it's a counter-terrorist site for custody.
Right, so you've got custody here.
Pardon?
You got custody here. I didn't even know that.
I'm saying, yeah, well, I'm telling
Right.
you, it's a,
On the camera, I was saying I can't see a custody suite.
yeah.
Maybe they have one. I don't know.
you see those windows there?
Right, got you.
On the bottom.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
So
Yeah.
it's a CT site, all right, mate. I've worked here for 25 years. I've never seen anybody fly a drone over here.
Have you never?
And I've never
It's
seen.
quite a common thing.
Not challenge.
They may have. It's a common thing these days. People do it.
Not when there's private vehicles parked out there. Okay, some of us.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
Have to have well, I don't know what
Somebody
you're videoing.
Somebody
or
could
what
film
you're
here.
interested
You're
in.
coming out. It's the same
Exactly.
thing.
And
I'm saying
we'll
it's the
challenge
same
them
thing.
as well.
Well, fair enough.
But when it's up and over there, I literally just got out of my car and I got a drone overhead.
I stayed high enough. It's a wide lens. It won't capture
mate,
anything,
I'm not-
mate. I'm trying to allay your concern.
I know.
You genuinely seem concerned.
But I genuinely don't know who you are.
The conversation begins with security staff trying to understand the situation. They admit that the auditor's actions don't make sense to them and suggest that he must be confused or misinformed. They also raise the idea that the location should be treated as a counterterrorism site. The auditor calmly explains that he has been operating in this way for years and that flying drones legally in public airspace is now a common and accepted activity. The security officer expresses concern about the presence of private vehicles, but the auditor points out that the drone is flying at a lawful altitude and within legal limits. The officer eventually admits that they don't know who the auditor is, but as the auditor correctly explains, that is legally irrelevant. UK law does not require a person to identify themselves simply because they are lawfully flying a drone.
Right, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I make videos, informative videos on emergency sites, police, all sorts.
Yeah.
Not from around the area. Drove past and thought, you know what? I haven't done that one before. Let's do that one.
Right.
I take aerial shots of buildings. Now that building from here doesn't look that big. From above, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's interesting for people.
But because,
that's it, mate.
Because I don't know who you are.
But that doesn't mean you're entitled to my idea and stuff.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does, because you've committed an offence flying that over private property.
What offence?
Eh?
You're wrong, my friend. What offence?
wrong.
If I was committing an offence doing that, I would not do it.
You, it's a CT site. So under certain legislation...
The sergeant then changes direction, focusing on the visibility of private vehicles. But this point is entirely irrelevant. The auditor has made it clear that he is not there to film personal cars. Even so, the sergeant continues, questioning the auditor's motives and identity as though either of those things creates a legal obligation. In reality, UK law does not require anyone filming from public airspace to explain their intentions or disclose personal information. Police officers cannot demand identification simply because they feel uncertain or uncomfortable. It is not the public's responsibility to reassure the police. It is the police's responsibility to understand and apply the law correctly.
One thing I don't have to do this, but I want to allay your concern, and I don't want you guys to be doing something like seizing the drone that you shouldn't
Not
do.
Seize your drone. We just I just want to know who you are. I could be talking to somebody who's wanted.
But I'm not going to give you that,
who's
mate.
Got criminal offences.
How is that going to? Okay. How would taking someone's ID allay your concern unless they are like a terrorist?
If you're working for an organised crime gang,
right,
you could be selling details of private cars that belong to officers, because we have a lot of problems.
How would you know that from taking my details unless I'm some known person that's done it before?
Well, exactly, but I don't. Right. We don't know who you are.
This here,
which is why these officers are going to take your details.
This here, no, drone assist.
They are.
There's your police station there.
Yeah.
That's a yellow zone. If I click it, this is CAA. Brown Hazard Police Station, right? Regions where operate your drone.
Show me your
may
YouTube
raise
video or whatever.
The sergeant pushes further, claiming that because he does not know who the auditor is, he has the right to demand identification. Legally, that is incorrect. An officer's uncertainty or personal discomfort does not create a lawful power to request ID. Nevertheless, the sergeant continues to argue that the drone flight somehow infringes on private property rights and repeatedly refers to counterterrorism legislation without identifying any specific law. This isn't just poor policing, it's irresponsible. If officers intend to rely on legal powers, they should be able to clearly explain the legislation they are using. Throwing around vague references to terrorism without justification appears less like law enforcement and more like an attempt to pressure someone into compliance.
I will, without showing you my channel. Sorry?
Oh, mate, I'm not going to start following you.
Right. There's my channel. All right. Okay. That's what I do. Okay. I don't want to give you the channel because people complain.
I've just flicked through something there, or you just flicked through something there.
Right.
Mate,
one more time.
I don't know who you are.
I don't have to do this, but I'm trying to allay your concern so that you don't do something you shouldn't do, which is one, take details, or two, seize the drone, right?
Take details. Anybody we suspect of committing an offence, we can take
I haven't
details.
committed an offence. It's not an offence to fly over anything unless it's a prison or an airport, in which case it is an offence and I wouldn't do that, right? So...
Can you see how we get jumpy about people going over? I do a covert role.
Come out, ask me what I'm doing.
And I've
That's
driven my private car past you. I have not got a clue who you are. You've just filmed my registration number. I can guarantee on your drone.
No, it's too high. It's too high.
Well, let's have a look.
It's a zoomed out camera. Anyway.
Show me.
The sergeant digs in even further, making increasingly speculative claims and even suggesting that the auditor could be connected to organized crime or gathering vehicle data. However, police suspicion must be based on reasonable and objective grounds, not on assumptions or personal feelings. Simply flying a drone legally does not justify such allegations. The auditor openly offers to show his flight data, demonstrating that he is operating within the law. Yet the sergeant ignores this evidence and continues demanding identification without any clear legal basis. When law-abiding citizens are treated like suspects simply because an officer does not understand their lawful activity, public trust in policing inevitably suffers.
Showing it you?
Yeah.
I can't. It's on the memory card. I'm only showing you this so that you don't, one, seize the drone, or two, take my details without me wanting to give them, or obliged to give them. I don't want that to happen. I want you to go, you know what? We're happy.
What are you afraid of?
It's the point.
Eh?
It's the point.
We're going round in
You're not
circles here,
entitled to them unless I commit an offence. So if I give them to you, I'm giving away my right, my right to remain private, right?
But
Makes sense?
no, but by flying a drone over private police property and
Yeah.
private yard,
Yeah.
then we're entitled to ask for your details.
It may raise your concern. You can come out and ask me, question me. You've been doing this job how long? A long time, right?
27 and a half years.
So by talking to me and questioning me, you're probably going to get a good idea as to intentions.
I can tell by talking to you.
Right.
You seem like a decent guy.
There we
right?
go. And that's it.
I'm sure you haven't got, but I don't know you.
But you have to leave it at that. You can't be
No,
demanding
no,
details
leave it.
just because you want to put that little bit of paranoia extra to bed. You can't do that, mate. And you know.
At this stage, the pressure becomes so intense that the auditor feels forced to reveal his YouTube channel simply to avoid the threat of having his drone seized or being subjected to further interference. This is not genuine cooperation. It is compliance under pressure. When someone who has committed no offense feels compelled to surrender personal information simply to prevent unlawful action, something has gone wrong. No one should be forced to compromise their privacy or disclose personal details because of threats that have no clear legal foundation.
You know you can't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You know you can't. Anyway, that's my channel. There's my videos. All right. I did a police one the other day. Look, there it is. Yeah. We have rules on drones in Wales, right? That's my video. Okay.
Right.
That's all I'm going to give you.
You probably know more about drone legislation than I do.
Go on.
So I don't know.
Let me just check I'm still recording, mate. Go on.
No, crack on. No, I said
Just in case something happens, I want to make sure I've got it as well.
I've got other stuff to do.
Yeah,
Can you
no
just let me
worries.
through the gate? Because
Yeah.
I've left my card in the car.
Nice meeting you, Sergeant.
And you, all right?
I hope I've allayed your concern a little
don't
bit.
fly it over again, all right? You've got your footage.
I have to be fair, but
Yeah.
it's allowed to happen, mate. I get that you're going to have you've done the right thing,
Yeah, well, of course, because...
but I think your original
people-
approach was a little bit
you
aggressive.
cops- what?
A little bit aggressive to begin with.
Oh no, get the bloody thing down, man. It's over private property.
But it can go back over, can't it? So it can go back over.
If you
I'm not going to,
I've warned you not to.
I'm not going to.
Take your drone. So,
but I can legally go
seize your
over.
drone.
I'm finished.
I'll go and get my uniform and I'll seize your...
After nearly 3 decades in policing, it is disappointing to see an auditor having to explain basic legal principles to a serving sergeant. Effective policing is not about making unsupported demands or creating unnecessary suspicion. It is about assessing facts, understanding the law, and respecting the rights officers are sworn to protect. Yet here, the sergeant appears to believe that his own uncertainty is enough to justify demanding identification and challenging lawful behavior. After 27 years of service, a lack of legal knowledge cannot be an excuse. The public deserves better.
No,
I'm just an average Joe.
Are you willing to give your name?
no,
No?
it's
Yeah.
obvious, right?
Right.
No.
In that case,
I
have
don't
you
have
got
to.
any reason to be here right now?
No, but I'm free to be here.
Okay.
You are. Obviously, like I said, I've asked my sergeant if she can speak to a drone expert because I'm close.
Yeah.
And I think she said something online that you have to like a drone license. I'm assuming is it going to be on them drones that like over a certain weight limit you have to have a license and
You have to have an operator ID. You've been very nice and civil.
Yeah.
Your sergeant hasn't.
You got that operator ID on you?
There it is.
Okay.
Okay. Your body comes on.
Say that
Yeah, my body
belongs to you.
camera. Yeah.
So obviously I've folded it so you can't read the complete thing on your camera.
Yeah.
All I have to do is let you know I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one. All right.
So
And you
how's
can.
that linked to you then, mate?
What do you mean?
How's that drone operator ID linked to you?
It doesn't have to be linked to me.
Does it not?
No.
Okay.
The owner of the drone.
Yeah, drone looks a bit baffling. I don't really know much.
Operator ID has to be linked to the owner of the drone, I think. And the flyer ID is obviously my thing. I am the owner of the drone, so that ID is linked.
Watch as the sergeant walks away, warning that if the auditor flies the drone again, it will be seized. However, when he is asked to explain the legal authority for such a seizure, he refuses to answer and simply leaves. That is not only dismissive, it is deeply concerning. Threatening to confiscate someone's property without providing a lawful basis is not how professional policing should operate. Citizens have the right to ask officers to explain their actions, and good policing requires transparency, accountability, and respect for the public's legal rights.
Like what?
Have you got proof that that is linked to you?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Don't need it.
Fair enough.
If I suspect you of an offence,
Yes.
you have to give me your operator ID.
If it's flyer related,
Oh, flying
yes.
related. So if you just punch someone, that's not flying related. So
But then I have to give you my normal details, right?
yeah, correct.
Yeah. Same with flyer ID. If you suspect I've committed an offence with the drone, I have to give you the flyer ID.
Okay.
Because that essentially will link you to my name.
Your flyer ID might say what, an operator.
I think operator ID is the owner of the drone. So you could own that drone,
But you could
I
fly
could
it.
fly it.
Oh, okay.
I need a flyer ID to be allowed to fly a drone.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, you can edit that if you want.
How you doing, all right?
Hello, mate. You're right.
What's your name?
DJ.
DJ. How you
DJ.
doing? You all right?
What's your name?
Sean.
Sergeant.
No, PC.
Sergeant PC.
PC from the road policing unit, but obviously we fly drones as
What's
well.
your number? PC.
4783.
Thank you, man.
Are you doing all right?
Yeah, can I help you at all?
Have you got your drone with you?
I've showed it to him.
Have you?
I've shown him that I've got the operator ID.
Excellent. What model are you flying?
What model?
Yeah, what is it?
DJI.
Yeah, which one?
Why?
Mavic 2 Mini.
Why?
Because of the size and the weight, and then
Right.
maximum permitted takeoff mass
I'll
determined.
tell you what I'll do.
Occasions.
As you're the drone officer,
Go on.
I'll just show it you.
Yeah, nice one. Oh, the Mini.
Under UK Civil Aviation Authority regulations, any drone equipped with a camera must display a valid operator ID, regardless of its weight. The operator ID identifies the person legally responsible for the drone, which may not always be the individual flying it at that moment. Therefore, while the drone must display a valid operator ID, there is no legal requirement for it to directly identify the pilot during a specific flight. For drones weighing 250 grams or more, the pilot must also hold a flyer ID, obtained by passing the CAA's online theory test. For drones under 250 grams that carry a camera, an operator ID is mandatory, while flyer ID is not legally required, although it remains good practice.
Excellent. All right.
And have you checked your NOTAMs this morning before your flight?
Oh, what, sorry?
NOTAMs.
No.
Any reason why?
No. Don't check it every day.
You don't check it every day. You should check it before every flight.
Really?
Yeah. What do you use? Do you use NOTAMs or not?
No, I use Drone Assist.
Okay, so it will pull it from NOTAMs. And when you're flying, do you...
When you say, hold on, do you mean, have I checked where I'm flying?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah,
So,
I checked before I travelled
so
up.
Drone Assist will take any warnings or hazards from NOTAMs.
No,
As well.
The word you used, I didn't know what the word meant.
Yeah.
Before I travelled, I checked the area. So I've travelled quite far today.
Where
I
do you come from?
I didn't want to travel up.
Yeah.
I get here, and I'm like, oh, I can't fly here.
When the specialist drone officer arrives, the atmosphere changes immediately. Unlike the sergeant, who approached the situation with threats and unsupported legal claims, this officer remains calm and professional. He simply asks what type of drone is being flown, and the auditor willingly explains that it is a DJI Mini. This is significant because the DJI Mini weighs under 250 grams and falls into the lowest risk category under UK drone regulations. Provided it is flown responsibly, within visual line of sight, below 120 meters, and in accordance with CAA rules, it can legally be operated in built-up areas, including above private property. The key legal requirement is that it displays a valid operator ID, which the auditor had already done.
Exactly, because they think you own that land, it goes upwards like that, and you own everything above it as well, but you don't. And people don't get that, and that's what confrontation you get a lot of times from people coming from private companies. Why are you flown over our yard? It's got lots of stock in it. Well, you don't stop a helicopter flying over, you don't stop a British Airways flight flying over. What's the difference from a drone flying over? Just because...
His first words were, you're flying over private property. So you should educate your sergeant.
Yeah, when he came storming out, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's allowed. And that's why I want to double check first before he went, did what he shouldn't.
For those unfamiliar with the term, NOTAM stands for Notice to Air Missions. These are official aviation notices issued to inform pilots and drone operators about temporary airspace hazards or restrictions, including emergency incidents, police activity, air displays, or temporary flight restrictions. In the UK, NOTAMs are managed by the Civil Aviation Authority and NATS. Responsible drone operators are expected to check these notices before flying, particularly in urban environments or near sensitive infrastructure. Using apps such as Drone Assist is a common and accepted way to access this information. The auditor's preparation and flight planning process is entirely appropriate. Once again, the drone officer handles the conversation professionally, offering information rather than threats.
was just concerned that I was doing it for probably a terrorist-related
Yeah.
something or other, wasn't he? But
And it does say when you're flying it too, like I said to you earlier, near buildings, certain areas, it does create a security risk, but you don't commit an offence.
No.
Yes, you create.
you expect to be challenged about it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. But as long as you're legal and as long as you're doing everything as you should do, then you've got no problem, have you?
No.
There you go.
That's it, man. Nice one.
All right. Have a good day.
Damn it. Leave it to it, mate. It's
Yeah,
been
man.
nice chatting to you. Thanks
You
for being
too, mate.
informative.
You too. I'm gonna go. Have a good day, man.
This is where the drone officer truly stands out. He calmly explains one of the most misunderstood aspects of drone law. Ownership of land does not mean ownership of the airspace above it. Airspace regulation falls under the authority of the Civil Aviation Authority, not individual landowners. This officer demonstrates exactly what good policing should look like: calm, informed, and based on facts rather than assumptions. There is no ego, no unnecessary confrontation, and no misuse of authority. Instead of escalating the situation, he provides clear explanations and corrects misunderstandings. The contrast with the earlier interaction could not be more obvious. One approach relies on knowledge and professionalism. The other relies on suspicion and unsupported assertions.